Hey kids, welcome to Mind Your Maths. So in this video I'm going to teach you another tips, or maybe you can take it as a thumb rule or procedure, whatever. How to isolate a variable from an equation, right? So when it comes to algebra, you will find x plus y plus whatever is equal to some z or some other values, right? So now in most of the algebras, you need to find x value or y value or any kind of variables that they give in an equation. You have to find the value for that particular variable, right? So in order to do that, what you need to do, you need to isolate a particular variable in order to find the value of it, right? So most of the people get confused how to isolate a variable and things like that, right? So let's see. This is the foundation. This is the fundamental for any bigger algebras when it comes to isolating variables, right? So if you understand this one, you can solve any big problems when it comes to isolating the variables. Yeah, let's see how, right? So I always use addition, subtractions, multiplication and division when it comes to kind of tips videos, so that you get how it is varying, right? How it is different from each other when it comes to different operations. So that is why I always use all the 4 operations when it comes to the tips videos or the fundamental videos, right? In additions, in addition equation, what are we going to isolate? Y. Find y means we are going to just isolate y or separate out y, which means y is equal to what? That's what we are going to find. So on the left side of the equation, only y will be left. On the right, the remaining everything will have to be on the right side. Yeah, so that is how we will find y. Yeah, so now in this equation you may not find the actual value in numbers, but at least you will be able to isolate the y, yeah, in the equation. That's what our target is for this one. Our learning at the end of this video is you will be able to find how to isolate the variable, right? So that's what this video is targeting you to reach. Yeah, okay, so now let's see. In our previous videos, right, we saw that now we need to isolate, we need to find y, right? So only the values, only the term that has y should be on the left side of the equation, and rest of them all should go to the right side. Or in other words, on the left side you should only have y, the rest should be cancelled on the left side. Yeah, either way, right? So now how do we do that, right? So we saw in our previous videos how to add or subtract or multiply or divide using the same value on both sides of the equation. Then the equality of the equation doesn't change, right? So that's the thumb rule that we learned, right? So that is the thumb rule of math. Math is that. Yeah, okay, so now let's see. We need to isolate the y. So first we need to leave only the 2y on the left side, and we should not have anything else, right? In order to do that, what we need to do for this 3x, it is a positive 3x. 3x minus 3x is what? 0, right? Obviously then you will be left with 2y. So let's write it. So 3x minus 3x then plus 2y equals to 4z. Because we added, we subtracted minus, we subtracted 3x on the left side of the equation, you have to subtract on the right side as well. So this is not 32, guys, sorry for my handwriting, this is 3z. Yeah, okay, so now on the left side, this 3x minus 3x is 0, so these two get cancelled, and then we are left with 2y. 2y is equals to 4z minus 3, oh not 4, yeah, 4z minus something wrong, guys. Okay, this is 3x, sorry, yeah, supposed to be 3x, right? Okay, 4z minus 3x. Yeah, okay, now what do we need to actually find? Isolate only y. So here we have 2 y's. So we should be only left with y. For that, what do we need to do? Yes, that's right. Yeah, we need to divide the left side using 2, which means 2y divided by 2. Because we are dividing the left side using 2, we should also divide on the right side. So 4z minus 3x and then divide by 2 as well. So now 1 times 2 is 2, 1 times 2 is 2. So we are left with only y. So y is equals to 4z minus 3x divided by 2. All the values, yeah, not only one value. When you are dividing on the right side, it is for all the values, not only single value. Yeah, you should take all the values. It doesn't matter how many are there. As long as you are dividing the left side using a number or a value, you should take everything on the right side as well and divide using the same value. In this case, it is 2 and then 2. Yeah. So you should always remember not only one value, yeah, it's everything on the on both sides. Yeah. Okay, fine. So we isolated y, so y is equal to this one. So this is how you isolate the variable. Yeah. Now let's come to the subtraction. Here, what do we need to find? We need to find the value. We need to isolate x, right? So now to isolate x, tell me what we need to do. Step 1. Yes, whatever the value that has x should be on the left side. The rest of them should be cancelled. Only this one should remain on the left side, right? So now let's do that. 6x minus 5y. What do we need to do? Yes, we need to add 5y because this one is minus. So this one becomes positive, plus 5, so that both get cancelled to 0. Now because we added 5y on the left side, what do we need to do? Yes, 2, okay, let me write the 2 differently. 2z, right, plus 5y. Yes, that's right, plus 5y. Yeah, so now this minus 5y and plus 5y gets cancelled. Yeah, you're left with 6x equals to 2z plus 5y, right? Okay, so now next what do we need to do? That's right, yeah. So we need to find only the x. So on the left side only x should be remaining or left. So what do we need to do? X. So what do we need to do? Yeah, divide by 6. Yes. So on the left side you need to divide by 6. 6x divided by 6 equals to, because we are dividing, yeah, using 6 on the left side, we should divide the whole thing on the right side using 6 as well, which means 2z plus 5y divided by 6. Yeah. So now here on the left side 1 times 6 is 6 and then 1 times 6 is 6. 6 to 6 get cancelled. So you're left with what? Only x. Yes. X equals to 2z plus 5y divided by 6. Yes, that is correct. Yeah. So that's how we isolated x. Yeah. Clear so far? So this is how we are isolating the value in the addition and the subtraction. Now let's go to the multiplication, right? In the multiplication, what do we have? We need to find the value of x, right? X, yeah. So which means what is the first step? Correct. Yes, only this value should be remaining on the left side. There should not be anything else. So now how do we do that? If you remember it right, yes, that's correct. Yeah, we need to multiply y by 3 here so that it gets cancelled, right? Yes, let's do that. X by 4 times this, I'm just rewriting this one, 3 by y, right? Now because we just need only this one, what we are going to do? Multiply by y by 3, y divided by 3, right? And because we need to cancel this one, that's why we are doing it. We need to cancel out this one, that's why we are using the reciprocal of this number. You see, this is the y goes up and then 3 goes to the down, numerator and the denominator, right? So this is actually the reciprocal value of this one, right? The reciprocal value of this one, right? Okay, so now because we are multiplying on the left side using y by 3, we should multiply on the right side as well. 5 over z times y over 3. Yes, that's right. Yeah. Now 1 times y is y, 1 times y, and then here 1 times 3 is 3, and then 1 times 3 is 3. So you're left with what? X by 4, only this one, equals to 5 by z times what? Y by 3. Now this is a tricky part here. You see here, we only need to have x on the left side at the end. So on the left side, what do we need to do? Yes, we need to multiply by 4 on the left side. So what do we do? X by 4 times 4, right? And then because we are multiplying on the left side using 4, we just need to multiply on the right side as well. 5 by z times y by 3 times 4, right? So now you might have a confusion. Oh, how do I write this 4? Whether it's in the numerator or the denominator. Here, what did we do? It's in the numerator, right? That's why it should go to the numerator as well. Yeah. Okay. So now the 4 gets cancelled to the 4. 1 times 4, 1 times 4, and then you are left with x on the left side, and then 5 over z times y over 3 times 4, right? This 4 is considered numerator. Yeah. Okay, don't get confused, because here we added to the numerator. By right, this is actually 4 over 1. Yeah, you can any number is actually, you can use it as that number over 1. The number over 1 is equals to the same number. Yeah, so that is what that is how this number, the 4, is a numerator here. Now you see here, in here we could not simplify more than this, because this is z and this is y and this is addition. That's why we could not simplify further. But because this is multiplication, right? Because this is multiplication, right? What we can do is, as per math, right? You can multiply all of them. 5 times 4, all the numbers and all the letters, you can put it together. Yeah, multiply all the numbers, and then for the letters or the variables, you can just put them together. It means it is multiplication. When you don't have anything between a number and letters or between letters, it means it's a multiplication. Yeah, that you should always remember. Yeah. So now if we follow this one, x is equals to 5 times 4 is 20, and then times y. So 20 y divided by, here it's only 1 times 3 is 3, 3 times z, so 3z. Yeah, so that is the answer. Yeah, so now we have isolated x. So this is how we isolate x when it comes to multiplication. Yeah, so now let's come to the division. I'm not sure if the space is enough. Let's see. So in our previous video, you saw that, right, whenever it comes to dividing using fractions, what should we do? What can we do? Yes, that's right, we can multiply using the reciprocal of the denominator. So now let's rewrite the whole thing here. 2x over 3 can be multiplied by the reciprocal of this one, right? Reciprocal of this one, y over 5 is what? 5 over y. So the 5 goes to the numerator and the y goes to the denominator. That's the reciprocal value, right? Equals to 3z. Now after this, see, what do we need to find? Yes, we need to find y, right? But you see here, the y in the equation is at the denominator, right? So we need to make the y in the numerator, so it will be easy to solve similar to this one, right? So now how do we do that? So let's multiply using y and see what happens, right? So let's use, let's multiply using y. 2x over 3 times 5 over y times y. And because we are multiplying on the left side of the equation, we have to multiply on the right side as well, right? So now this y and this y gets cancelled for 1 times y and 1 times y. So what are we left with on the left side? 2x over 3 times 5 equals to 3z and y, 3zy, right? We just put them together. Now you see the y is now in the numerator. So we just multiplied here using the y, so that the y gets cancelled, and the other side the y is multiplied, and it is now in the numerator. So now this equation we can write it in the reverse way. This one is equal to this one, so this one also is equals to this one, right? So let's write it that way, so that we get the y term on the left side of the equation. So let's write it, rewrite this one. 3z and y equals to 2x times 2x over 3 times 5, right? So now the y is in the numerator, right? Okay, so now we need to cancel the 3z here, right? Because we just need to have only y on the left side. So let's do that. What do we need to do? Yes, so we need to divide this one, the left side, using 3z, right? So because we divide on the left side, we need to also divide on the right side. So let's write it. 3zy divided by 3z equals to, let's just simplify this one first before even we divide using the 3z, right? So 2x times 5, right? It becomes 10x, and then divide by 3. That's what we get here, right? So now we have not divided using the 3z here. So because we put 3z at the denominator here, we should put on the right side as well at the denominator, right? You got it or confused? Okay, so let me explain to you again, right? See here on the left side, we want to get only y on the left side, so we are dividing using 3z, so that 3z and 3z gets cancelled. Because we are dividing using 3z on the left side, we are also dividing using the 3z. Because there is already 3 here, we just put multiplication and then put the 3z here. Yeah, so that's all. Yeah, you can even put it directly here, like, because there is no denominator at the 5 side, so you can put the 3z here. But this way you understand it better why we are putting it the 3z here, right? Yeah. So now let's simplify it further. So here the 3, 1 times 3 and 1 times 3, 3z, 1 times z, and 1 times, I mean the z is 1 times z and then 1 times z. So it becomes 1, 1, all 1. So you are left with only y. So y is equals to, on the right side, what are you left with? It's 10x at the numerator, and 3 times 3 is 9, and then z is here, so 9z, right? So that is how we find the y, right? Right, guys, so this is how we isolate the variables, right? Okay, so if you have any questions on any of these, please leave a comment in the comment box, or send me an email at the email ID that is given. Otherwise, this is all for this video, and if you like this video, please subscribe the channel and also press the bell button so that you get the new videos notification whenever I upload a new video, right? Okay guys, that's all for this video. Thanks for watching.